pun on the DM sliding in. So I just found out about the whole sliding in thing yesterday. So I'm not like that with it, with the terms, but apparently it is going to be the subject of my live show, which anybody doesn't know, I do a podcast, and we're doing a live podcast on this Wednesday. If you're going to be in Los Angeles area, you got to let me know, and I will let you know where we'll be. We're going to be at a small theater called the Lyric Hyperion. It's in Los Angeles. It's going to be this Wednesday at 8 p.m. If you're watching this later on and you want the information, just email me, Karen@KarenLeePotter.com. Let's see. Mati, hi from Argentina. Love your content. Karen, by the way, you got a first date with a woman 50 years older than me tomorrow. We should do sushi. Aha, that's pretty cool. Very cool. Let's see. On IRC, we call them PMs, private messages or queries. I don't know shite about Instagram. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter where you're sliding in. Have any of you guys tried using it as a dating app more as opposed to, going on traditional dating apps? Have you guys tried to find someone that you somehow found on their Instagram stories or in their Twitter stories or wherever you are, Snapchat or whatever? Have you found certain people that intrigue you, and have you tried to engage them, and what has worked and what has not worked? A direct message, exactly. DM equals direct message. Okay, you can text me your every time I see. So as far as I'm concerned, I get a lot of direct messages because I'm such a public persona, I think. And obviously the worst direct message that I get, the worst DMs I get have to do with people showing me different body parts, which I don't need to see. So that's a bad way to get someone's attention. We don't want to go there. Don't start with the DMing of your dicks. That's a bad idea. But what I do suggest is you come up with something clever. If you have someone that you're looking at and think that you'd like to meet, come up with something clever and funny, and maybe that would make her notice you more than anyone else. So anyway, I did something not technologically. I kind of fucked up technologically recently because I saw this girl that I thought would be a great match for my son. So I sent her instead of him a direct message saying you should marry. It was a mistake. She said, "Who is this intended to?" Okay, so what? Big deal. So I got embarrassed, and no, at least she noticed him, right? It's a good way to get noticed. Matt, I haven't done them dating projects, but I've found that a lot of attractive women on Instagram and DMing them and not hitting on them because none of them are from where I live. Oh, so that's the problem with if you are finding people all over the world, it's no point of really trying to hit on them because you're not going to be able to meet up. So you try to meet, maybe the DMs would work better if you're in the same state or city or whatever, Cougars don't reply until it's really until it's a really intellectually stimulating message. That's your hashtag, my experience visual. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking that older women are, and younger, because I had Georgie on and she was a young girl. I think the whole thing is you've got to come up with talk about a good one-liner. You have to come up with a good, compelling reason why this person is going to want to converse with you. So again, I'm not going to let anybody come in these live videos because I know what's going to happen then. Sorry about that on Instagram. Let's see what's happening here. All right. Oh my God, even though I say I'm not taking any requests, they keep coming in anyway. It's a hideous drink. Takes a sip of her hideous green drink. Exactly. It's hideous. Look at that green drink, but it's really healthy. Hotness personified, Paul. You are right. She is a hot, fun woman. She will be at the live show too. Just a little sneak on that one. Okay, so apps aren't your thing, Brendan. Okay. So Vishal, why do you think cougars would not reply unless it's a really intellectually stimulating message? Why do you think? Which DM would you reply? A cheesy line or an intellectual tag? Mitigate, Mitgavater. Mitgavater, I think I would be much more likely to respond if it was something very intellectually stimulating or funny. I probably would not, if I was single, I'm going on, if I was single, because I'm not responding to anyone um, as far as going out with them, because I'm with the guy and I'm monogamous. So I wouldn't be like cheating on him in a DMs, okay? But if I was single, what kind of line DM would I want? I would want something that showed confidence and humor and brains. So I know that's a tall order, but if you feel good about yourself, you should have no problem doing that to any woman. Does yours have pond scum too? Ari, there is some pond scum in here. Real wreck fake. Wow, looking very beautiful, Karen. I see that you're dressed up for dinner plans for our dinner plans. Yes, I'm all ready to go, real wreck. It's unmanly to go by the DM route. Real men talk in person, Vishal. Yeah, I agree. Obviously, it's if you can get to someone, but if you are finding someone that you've never met before and you want to meet them, why wouldn't you try this DM idea? Just DMing. I'm not going to give you any ideas of what would work for me, but I would like to know what has worked for you. And by the way, let's just say it didn't work. Should you go into some state of depression and take it personally and think that you're a bad person because you tried DMing somebody and be totally mortified? Or should you say, hey, it didn't work on her, but at least I was proud of myself for doing it. At least I tried and it could have worked. And if it worked, then it would be worth it. So yeah, you got to put yourself out there a little bit and take the risk and DM somebody. But I suggest you try it. I'm trying to collab with people for my podcast. So we are sending direct messages to different other podcasts and comedians that we want to be on their show or vice versa. And we might get one out of every 20 that respond, but we don't take it personally. We just say, oh, great for the one out of the 20, right? I have an older woman hit on me. Are you more bold and approach younger men? So that goes along with what we're talking about with the DMing. Yeah, I remember I was on a dating app. I think it was like Match.com or one of those kind. And there was a definite guy that had a hugely funny profile. He just wrote the funniest stuff about, I don't know, he was saying how he just got out of jail. It was just so funny. And I just thought it was definitely different than I like a girl who takes a long walk on a beach type of thing. And so I definitely, I don't know if it was called winking at the time, or I messaged him. I DM'd him. I slid into his DMs and we went back and forth a little bit, but he never asked me out. And I then looked at his ages that he liked, and it was much younger than me. So did I take it personally? No, I didn't take it personally. He has a right to want to be with whoever he wanted to be with. Did he make a mistake? Of course he did, because I'm confident. But no, I don't take it personally. You gotta not take any of this stuff personally. Let's see. Where is my next question here? The DM works for younger girls. Good old people love traditional way. Vishal, I mean, I agree with you that if there's a choice between coming up and approaching someone physically in person, obviously you do that. But if you have no way of, say you're just not in a city that has any, that you're not somewhere where you're meeting anybody, this is a good way to try to meet people that you couldn't otherwise meet. If you find someone super attractive, take the risk and go for it. That's my idea. I'm saying just go for it. Which DM? Oh, I'm sorry. We already said those. I'm afraid to go for it. I don't want to come off as corny or really inexperienced. Bryson. Okay. Why? Why would you want to? What would happen if you came across as inexperienced? What would happen if you came across as corny? Would that affect you so deeply that you couldn't go out of the house for the next day or so? Would someone rejecting you be that horrible? Or would it be something that you can say, ouch, that kind of hurt. She rejected me, but hey, I'll go for the next one and I'll try again. I mean, it's just a matter of taking some initiatives. If you do not, again, I can't emphasize enough. I think it was, who was it? Hockey player Wayne Gretzky. You're going to miss every shot you don't take. Same idea, right? And you'll never feel bad if you take the shot and you get rejected, because you know you can't take it personally. That's the 4 agreements. So you guys remember, I keep pushing the 4 agreements. There's a reason, because the second agreement is don't take anything personally. The only way that you can get hurt is if you allow yourself to get hurt. So today I heard, I'm listening to the Audible version of the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins, and she said you can't change your feelings about something, but you could change your actions. So yeah, you can't change how you're going to feel, but you can change what you're going to do. So even if it might feel icky to go up and walk over to someone and introduce yourself or DM them and stuff, it's you could change your action. You could actually do it, even if you don't feel like doing it. Hi there, John and Poodle Susan. I look fabulous. Thank you. Let's see. Poodle Susan and Ari, what do you guys think about guys approaching you, and do you approach guys? And would you slide into their DMs? Matty, I think that DMs are good icebreakers. Maybe if your confidence level ain't too high, you can start there and climb up until you feel confident talking to women in person. I think it's a great call. It's a great start. Why don't you start with, let's start with just DMing people. I didn't even think of that, but in some ways, people are much braver with their keyboard than they are in person. It's even easier to DM someone than it is to text. And this way, if you look at all their pictures that they have, you could figure out if they're maybe dating. If every picture you see the same guy, you don't put yourself out there and say, "Will you go out with me?" Right? But if there's no pictures of any guys and she's always there, she's always with her girlfriends or a dog, why not try it? Or conversely, if you're the older woman, why wouldn't you try finding some young studly guy and telling him that you would love to, walk on the beach with him? I don't know. Poodle Susan, the DMs I've gotten have been good icebreakers, like Mati said, but they also are people who don't live near me, so would need a lot of common ground to put off meeting in person. Yeah, so meeting in person is obviously better, especially if you are attracted to someone who's far away, but it's a good icebreaker. And if you live in a big city, probably a lot of people out there that you have never had a chance to meet and maybe never will. So that's a really good way to find them. And you can even put down like filters to see who's in your area. Ari, messaging is better than meeting in person because you see their personality first. I kind of like messaging as opposed to phone calls. I think phone calls are just kind of awkward. Talking to some stranger, like I talked to some guy for 45 minutes on the phone and I saw him in person. I'm like, So you definitely want to see at least a picture to know who you're talking to, and if it's worthwhile to spend your time with people that you're not going to be physically attracted to. If you're not physically attracted to that person, right? Within 5 seconds, you're like, "Oh, I don't think so." But give them a chance if there's a 50-50 messaging and I would rather meet in person than messaging. Okay. So I'm going to throw that out to you. How many of you would rather message a stranger or walk up to a stranger in person? Go. I think that's going to be my question of the day. Yesterday's question was what makes great sex? And if you have not seen the story, there are a lot of great answers to what makes great sex on my Instagram story. If you guys, it's KarenLee Potter, same as here. If you go to Instagram, follow me there. Poodle Susan, DM for the icebreaker for sure. If it's a total stranger, I'd rather DM. So most of you guys would rather DM, right? Only because you get to A, see their pictures, and B, just feel out their personality, or even if they have, why waste so much time if they are not in a position to have a relationship? If they're like, oh, I'm not there, I just broke up with a boyfriend, I'm not wanting to be with someone, then it makes it a lot easier. Baby, our chemistry is sensational. You can't deny it, Karen. Real wreck, we do have some great chemistry. I have to admit that. Let's see. You would rather message, Bryson? Brendan, you'd rather see the person in person. Okay, then. So far, the people are into the messaging. So I just heard about this thing called sliding into the DMs. The other part of it is, what about, how does it feel to know that somebody has been like watching all your stories like every day? Does it creep you out, or does it compliment you? Does it make you feel good? Uh, what do you think? Let's see. What do you guys think about? Is it stalking if somebody is like constantly looking through your stories? I'm at lunch. I enjoy watching your show during my break. Oh, thanks, bro Lacan. I love my oldest and most dedicated followers. Exactly. Poodle Susan. I can't wait. I hope to see my friend Wednesday. So Brendan, you started dating somebody. Did you meet her in person, or did you meet her online? Could you greet Iraq? Hey, yes, I will. Many men always take you under arrest. Okay. Ooh, that's difficult for a guy. What's difficult? Severe, you want to interview me? Okay, let's see. You always do scenes. Stories, you mean? I do stories a lot. Oh, fabulous skin. I just had some sort of like what they do to me. It was like I don't know. She did some sort of like poking me with a bunch of needles on my skin, and it really feels like so soft. Like, this is what I want to hear. Kalitos, way. Hey Karen, because of you, I asked someone out this week. Yay! Made my day, Kalitos. How did you do it? What particular thing did I say to make you want to ask this girl out and push you to do it? And was it the whole you miss every shot you don't take thing? Was it just, you just figured why not 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5-second rule? Josh. Oh, we do skip the DMs and get straight to the BJs. Hello, Karen. Okay. There you go. Appeal. Yeah, that's what it was. Appeal. I'm in my apartment. Yes. It's not, I don't own this place. Do you find older men who date younger men? I love to show off the younger women, whereas older women want to be alone with their guy. Do you find that older men who date younger men, you mean women, love to show off the younger women, whereas older women want to be alone with the guy? I think yes, Severe. I actually do think that is true. So when I was dating much younger guys than me, I was like, kind of like, I don't feel like having people like talk about me, which they would, of course, because I'm like with this younger guy and he's obviously younger, like maybe 20 years younger. And so we were sitting talking at a bar, and of course I see all my nosy neighbors coming over and asking who that is. So I just basically told him that he was working on my film crew or something like that. But I would rather stay home and just be with the person, or go someplace and be alone with the person, than to sit there and talk to strangers anyway. What do you think about that? It's a good question, Severe. Carlito's Way. I love, love, love the 4 agreements. Oh, that's what caused it? Okay. You guys, in my description box in YouTube, I have a link. It's an affiliate link to Don Miguel Ruiz's book, The 4 Agreements. I'm going to tell you right now what they are. 1, be impeccable to your word. Obviously, that means you throw out everything you've heard before that. All you need to do is these 4 agreements, and you will live a wonderful life. So be impeccable to your word. Just when you say you're going to do something, do it. Follow through. 2, don't take anything personally. If you ask somebody out and they say no, don't take it personally. 3, don't assume anything. You make an ass out of you and me. Okay, that was really corny. Don't assume anything and expect it to happen because you made it up in your head. If something doesn't happen the way you want it to happen, it's because you assumed that it would happen some way. Don't make any assumptions and let things happen and go with them. And the last one is always do your best. You can't expect any more from yourself. My parents used to say it when I was in school, like if I got like a B on a test or something, or even a C, they'd say, did you try your best? And I said, yes. And they said, that's all we ask. All we can ask of you. Daryl, you have strong feelings for me. I have strong feelings for you. Yes, would you slide in a guy's DM? Are older women interested in younger guys? Well, I don't want her implying me as desperate. What? Older women are definitely interested in younger guys. Here's a secret. When you go out and you see like 2 or 3 older women talking, they want you to walk up to them. They are just as horny as you are. They would love to meet a young guy and be very flattered if a young guy's paying attention to them. So you need to just man up and do it. If you walk up to them and come up with like a clever opening line, like, "Hey, uh, how do you like them bowls?" or whatever. I don't know if that's a clever. Make something up, whatever it is. Use your sense of humor. Uh, Go up to a table of women and just say, "Hey," say hello. One of them might respond, and then you just go with it. It's happened so many times to me. I was out in a bar, guys would come up to me, and me and my friend would just start talking to them. And she's really attractive. You might have seen her in my. She was here a couple weekends ago in my Instagram stories. She and I, we were very different looking. She's tall and brunette, and I'm obviously short and blonde. And these guys would come up to us all the time and introduce themselves, and either they would be talking to her or me, depending on if they prefer the blonde or the brunette type of thing. And it works. I'm telling you, you got to just trust me that if it worked on me, it'll work on people in your town. What you say about confidence gave me the strength, and I took the shot. I thought, what is there to lose? And although it wasn't an instant yes, I was so happy with myself. Mati, very, very, very good. This is great. Yay. I'm so happy. I made changes in 2 people's lives today. This is why I do this. If you guys want to help out and help me out financially, go to my Patreon page and give a few dollars my way so I can continue to do these live streams. It's patreon.com/KarenLee. Just KarenLee. Poodle Susan. Let's see. How do you like them Bulls? Karen, you know everything. I am a Bulls fan, but that's because I'm from Chicago. Thank you for sharing that you are jerking, Wolf. Poodle Susan, do you put kale in your Vitamix too? I do. Obviously, I do put kale into this thing. In today's society, do you think guys should start getting contracts before sex? Josh, no. I think can be taken to extreme. Anything from where Aziz Ansari, he was he got accused of having a bad date, to Bill Cosby. I mean, there's extremes here. But the normal date, if you have sex with someone and you ask her, "Do you want to do this?" and she says yes, I don't think you need a written contract. Even if you have a written contract, there's loopholes. I could see though why you'd be frightened. Real Rec Face. Starting tomorrow, officially 3 weeks, no porn, no spanky monkey. I can do anything now. My girl loves it. That's great. I wonder why you started to do the no fap. That's what he's talking about. The no fap thing got a lot of attention on one of my live streams recently. So you could check that out. I'm not a big fan of anything that's extreme, like no masturbating. I think masturbation is important. However, if you're having a problem because you're addicted to porn and you're trying to go cold turkey, I think that's a good idea. So it just matters if you feel like you can do something in moderation. But yeah, I think it's not a bad idea to make some changes if you feel like things are not working for you. Do you know mature legs excite more than young legs? I did not know that, John. When are you going to have that for Fox Nina Hartley back on your show? Nina, I should have her back on. I haven't done a lot of like interview style shows anymore. I just do these live streams. But I don't know. Maybe we'll do one in the future. Karen can't see the tatas with the camera up so high. Sorry about that, Blake. There you go. How would you know if they're addicted to porn? How would you know if you're addicted to anything, whether it be food, whether it be drugs, whether it be caffeine? It's if it starts taking over your life, if you feel like you have lost control, if you feel like you're focusing on that, like if you're like the guy that said to me he would rather stay home than go into a hotel room with me, and he was glad he didn't. But the bottom line is, he even thought it. He even thought like, I have a gorgeous woman that I can go be in a hotel with and have great sex with because we had great sex. But I think I might just, because I'm going out of town the next day, I might just stay home and masturbate and forget about it. That's someone who may have been addicted to porn. Ended up, he came over. So he wasn't that addicted. But it had to be like, even thought about it in his head. You know what I'm saying? Porn is addicting. There's no question about it. And I love, listen, I watch porn, not to any kind of extreme, but I do believe in the moderation is a key of life thing. So if something is really affecting your life, if you're drinking every time you go out and you can't go out without having a drink, maybe you have an addiction to alcohol. If you're smoking cigarettes and you can't go anywhere and all you think about is when you can get that cigarette next, maybe you're addicted to cigarettes. That's actually the hardest addiction because it's a physical addiction. Not interested of a contract. What about a statement of work before coitus? If you like older legs, see the YouTube clip of Faye Dunaway's sexy legs and barfly with Mickey Rourke. Thanks, Poodle Susan. Holly Randall podcast. They did, sexologists discussed addiction, porn addiction. Paul, was it similar to what I'm saying? I'm curious. My girlfriend noticed by far that I lasted longer without porn. There you go. Well, that's another thing about porn, is that it teaches you to come really fast. That's the whole idea. It's like, excitement. You go to the next like type of genre that gets you more excited, and you want to get it done really quickly. And it's the opposite of what you want to be able to do with a woman, right? You want to last longer so that she has time to orgasm and do some foreplay, and you don't want to come within 30 seconds because it's not all that exciting. So that is an example of why you want to limit your porn. And if you have an addiction to it, stop watching it, at least for a time, until you can gradually put it into your life and do it in moderation. Not everybody can do it in moderation because it's so highly stimulating to the brain that it actually changes the chemistry in your brain. What's your subject of porn? Let's see. Oh, I love this line. What is the youngest guy I've ever been with? I get that almost every single live stream, almost as much as does size matter, which at this point, I'm getting that question more than size matter. It doesn't matter what's the youngest guy I've ever been with because I have been all ages, right? I've been 21 and I was having sex with someone who was 19. I mean, I was 47 and I was having sex with the guys that were 33. So it doesn't really, you can't really say what age was the youngest I've ever had sex with. It doesn't make sense. What? Wait, Toby's saying Payton Oswalt murdered his ex-wife so he can marry his mistress. Is this recently? I don't even know how that is relevant. Alderman, just a younger guys. Well, I don't want her implying me as desperate. I don't know what that means. I'm not a fan of DM. I got to be brave in person. Okay, you deserve a passionate love on Mother's Day. I probably will get one. Long distance relay. I'm going through these. Sorry, I'm a little delayed here. Okay, so let's see. I'm just scrolling through. Karen, have you ever took into consideration of making an intro every time you go live? What are you talking about? They call him Ryan. An intro of this, what I'm going to be talking about? Yeah, I do it every time. But unfortunately, I start YouTube first. So go to YouTube and check it out. And if you feel like you've got some ideas, definitely DM me about that. If it's bothering you that I just start talking and you don't know what I'm talking about. Actually, so today I will tell you what I was talking about, just to recap what we talked about today. I thought it was a really good idea to talk about DMs, sliding into people's DMs, whether Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. If you found someone attractive and you saw their pictures on Instagram, would you DM them? And is it better to DM than meet someone in person? Is it easier to DM? Is it stalking if you DM? is it creepy if you DM? What do people think about DMing? And, you know, do I feel like it's a good thing? Yeah, I think it's a good thing, especially if it shows that you have confidence and you look through and look like this would be a good fit for you. I mean, and you can't take it personally if the person doesn't respond at all because you don't know what's going on in their life. I think everything has its limits as long as there's moderation. I see no harm. My case is cigarettes, but it applies to everything. If you know you're impulsive and can't control yourself, then I'd avoid it. Yeah. The oldest that you've ever dated was 29, Bryson. See, again, if you're all, I don't know how old you are right now, but again, it depends on, how old you are at the time. Okay. Porn also causes a man to release high testosterone and vitamin levels, thus slowing down muscle growth. Ooh, I didn't know about that one. Going back to DMs, I mean, as long as you approach with respect, then I see it as a good thing. Okay, thank you. What do you look to see if there's a relationship first before sliding in DMs? Yes, Josh, I think if you see her with a lot of pictures of the same man and it's not her father, and it's not her brother, and it's always the same guy, and she's making out with him in some of the pictures, I would say that she has a relationship going on. If you see no man in any picture, it doesn't not mean she doesn't have a relationship, but it's more a likelihood. There's more of a likelihood, unless she's doing like what I do is, a lot of women are doing it if they're bloggers and, fashion or whatever, they're not going to put their boyfriends a lot of times in there. So, it's a question of just, you could take a look to see that, what is if you're like a health nut and she's eating McDonald's in every picture, maybe that wouldn't be a good fit for you either. Or maybe it would, maybe opposites attract. Karen, is FWB a good idea if a friend's aunt invited me? Should I tell my friend of 6 years thanks? Yeah. I don't see why it wouldn't be a good idea, Kappa. Why couldn't you have a friends of benefit relationship with someone's aunt? As long as, should you tell your friend? Yeah, probably I would. Maybe it depends on, I think I'll probably have I'd do it first to see if you like it and if it's worth continuing. But eventually you might want to fess up to your friend. So Paul, you're saying back to the porn issue, most men think that they have a porn. Most men who think they have a porn addiction don't. It affects your life in a bad way and you can't stop. It is an addiction. If it affects your life in a bad way and you can't stop, then it's addiction. Like anything. If something is affecting you in a bad way, it's an addiction. Running out of time here. Last minute call, last minute questions. Can we be friends? Can we be friends? Can we be friends? Can we be friends? Eli, can we be friends? Can we be friends? Oh my God, you wrote that so many times. Let's see. Hello to you, Stina. Thank you. Karen, shall this be considered as a DN? That you said hello to Stina? Yeah, that was a DN, I guess. Well, DM. I mean, why did I say DN? I was looking at Stina. Yeah, I mean, if you see something, another good thing I think is a great idea is to comment. You just comment on someone's funny picture or funny story. Just comment on it. You don't even have to ask her out. You can just comment like, "Hey, I liked what you said. Yeah, about that green drink. Was there kale in there?" And it's just being friends with the person first. It doesn't mean any stalkerish or anything. It just means friends. It's only an addiction if you're not going to work, spending too much money on it, etc. But I don't know about that. Plus, Instagram is great because you can gaze into her life, or at least the part of her life she shares. That's a good point. And you can see if you have things in common before jumping into a conversation. Exactly what I was saying. Like, if you can see that she's clearly not into the things you're into, then you probably want to stay away. Waiting for the older ladies to slide into your DMs, Josh. It could happen, but if you really want to be with an older woman, slide into hers. Nice dressing. Okay. Stina, are you a woman or a man? I see a picture of a girl. Well, let's see. You have nice boobs. My guess is that you have a picture of a girl, but you are a guy. Or you identify with a guy. Tag them as AWCW and take it from there. What does that mean? Okay. Josh, you'd feel creeper if you did such a thing? Why? What's the worst that can happen if you looked at someone's Instagram story that you didn't know? She lived in your area and she goes to a coffee shop all the time that you love. What would be the worst thing to say? Hey, I go to that coffee shop. It's got awesome lattes. And start a conversation. Why would that be embarrassing? Why does that mean you're desperate? Why does it mean that you're a creeper? It doesn't. Any advice for my first date? I have little to no experience. You don't have to have a lot of experience, especially with an older woman. They like teaching. They like to mold you like a little ball of clay. So I would just say be yourself, be a great listener, be confident, and have a good time. Just have fun. That's all she's looking for, is to have a good time. I had adopted gender neutral Nick because of all the rude comments I was getting in private messages. Ah, interesting, Ari. Really? You could always block people. That's what I do. If I'm getting rude comments, I just block them. So yeah, you don't have to feel like a creeper. She might just block you. Oh, woman crush. Gotcha. Okay. You're going to bring ice cream and wine to your date, Matty. That's a great call. Women like ice cream and wine and dark chocolate too. Oh, you're a woman, Stina. Aha. But you just complimented me on my boobs. Very, very cool. Except that, are you a woman or woman? I'd have to check her page to see if I'm in a relationship first. That's creeper, LOL. Well, you do whatever you feel is good. I mean, I'm just saying, if you want to get a little more information about the person before you start asking them out, it's a good way to see. Check out their Instagram page. Google their name. Lots of times you could find out stuff. I remember I was out with a bunch of girls. This guy was relentlessly hitting on one of my friends. We Googled him at the table and found out he was married with 3 kids. Wow. Thank you, Stina. I checked out a few of the podcasts. They're hilarious. Oh, I must mention. Thank you, Bryson. Plug for my podcast, Sex Talk with My Mom. If you guys have not seen it, you will love it. It's a show about, it's with my son, stand-up comic, and myself. And it's a podcast, so you can listen to it. We also have a YouTube channel, Instagram page. So check it out. It's called Sex Talk with My Mom. Georgina's coming on. You guys check her out. Here we go. All right. Georgie is coming in the house. It's connecting. For those of you who are not on Instagram, hi, Georgie. If you guys haven't seen Georgie yet, she is on my Instagram right now. Can you hear me, Georgie? You cannot hear me. Turn your volume up. I can't hear you. She doesn't hear me. Yes, volume up, volume up. I can't hear you. All right, well, whatever. There she is. She's going to be in the live show on Wednesday. I'm hoping she can hear me. Let me tell her I cannot hear her. Let's see. I don't know who that is. Okay, so yeah. I can't hear you. All right. We're having problems with the phone right now. We got Georgie here trying to talk to us. She's doing some research on sliding into DMs, but unfortunately we don't hear her. And I don't know why. It's just the way it's happening here. But she is adorable, if you could see her. Hey, can you see me? There you go.
I can hear you.
What happened before? What happened?
I don't know.
Oh.
But now I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Do you hear that cute accent? That's Georgie, guys and girls. So
this is being nice to meet my beautiful friend from Berlin.
Oh, look at her. She is beautiful.
Hello.
Hi. What is your beautiful friend's name?
Pari.
Pari.
Paris with no S. Yeah.
Got it. Hi, Pari. Welcome to my show. We're talking about sliding into DMs because that's the theme on Wednesday. What do you think?
Dip into people's DMs ever.
What do you think? What do you think? Do you guys feel like it's creeperish? These guys are thinking it might be creeperish.
Oh, I think it's a good way to connect. I mean, it's cute, but if people get creepy, then hit the block. Like, have your own boundaries set, right? That's a good answer. No, yeah, for me, it's weird when people pretend that they actually know you. They're like, hi, how you been? Like, what's going on?
That's creeperish. Yeah, yeah.
I've never met you ever. That's creepy and weird, and now I'm going to have to block you. But when people are funny and cute and they respect and they love what you do, then yeah, like, because I do that. I slip into DMs.
We lost you for a second. So you do slip into, do you hear that, guys? She slips into people's DMs. She's a little
If I
stalker.
respect that, oh yeah, fuck yeah. I'm like, yeah, and Sergio is happy with this.
Yeah. Hi.
Oh, he's a cutie.
How are ya?
I'm doing good. What's your name, Sergi?
Sergio.
Sergio, have you slipped into people's DMs?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, I'm very extrovert, so I say whatever I want in comments, and I'm not afraid if they're like, "Oh, who's this guy?" Whatever, because it's my authentic feeling. If I see the picture and I admire it.
There you go. Did you hear that?
Yeah, but then DMs, if they give me an energy back, and I can tell that they want to be maybe more discreet or take it off of the public forum, then yeah.
I think that's the key. I think just be genuine about it. So like, if someone messages me, it's like, oh, Georgie, you look like fun. I'm like, I want to punch them in the face. But if they message me and they're like, oh, Georgie, I love how you created art, but then you also like if they go into something authentic,
right.
then I'm like, oh wow, like someone that's genuine about the way I do, and they appreciate and love it, then it's great.
Right,
But
like so finding something specific about the person and not just saying random things like, oh, you're so beautiful.
Yeah, but and it won't work. It won't work if you're doing that. You're like, oh, someone wants something specific. If you're making it up in your head, like, we know. But if you genuinely like appreciate what we are and what we do, then yeah, it's magic. Even if I'm not into you, will respond.
Right. Sergio, have you had a good experience with that? Like when you've like slid into someone's DMs, and what would be a line that you said that worked?
Oh, how you doing? Right, exactly. I'm like, I mean, I like how Bumble is operating because it has the date, the networking, and the friends. So it's almost like I've been operating on Instagram like how Bumble's platform is.
What?
So,
oh wow.
But your words are so like you always say something. So like Sergio's
right.
got away with words and emojis that make you go like, why? How's he know what I'm thinking? Like he's like he's on a different planet in a beautiful way.
Give us an example. Like what would you say? Like if you were hitting on Georgie, what would you say to her?
Well, popping into frame, I'd be like, okay, who's this? I like your earrings. Is it like an infinity moment? What's happening here?
Oh, you mean like these? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So compliment them on something other than like their physical looks.
Yeah. I mean, I usually, well, maybe more for a female, I kind of compliment, maybe because for me, I know as a gay man, the energy you give to a female, you have to be a little bit more sensitive and not be so, oh, you're hot. Oh, yeah.
Right.
So, but to a guy, it'll probably be like, okay, look at those thighs or something, you know.
I love your arms.
Right.
I love your arms.
I'm like, let me look up. Because I can't look at their eyes because maybe they have green eyes or something.
So what should girls do if they are like wanting to hit up on a guy?
I would
wait.
You said wait? I would just like sprinkle a little bit, like little Hansel and Gretel, little crumbs, like pictures, but not be aggressive. And just show yourself a little, and then let him court if he's gonna court. It's almost like Bumble. I think you can match with girl and guy, but you can't. The females who want to, engage, but you guys can both match each other. So I think it's like taking it back to courtship.
I find it really difficult. That's my one thing. I don't know how to approach a man. They have to go to me first.
Oh, Georgie, we have to talk. You just have to go right up and do it.
No, I need you. That's why I'm just a mini cougar. I'm not there yet.
She's my little cougarette.
I look at men and I'm like, oh my God, you're the hottest man I've ever seen. Please talk to me. Oh, you didn't talk to me? All right, I'll go home and I'll be like, oh, well, it wasn't meant to be. He didn't come over to me. And I leave. Yeah. And that's what I do. But maybe I need to fucking own it, go up to it.
Yeah, what would the worst thing that could happen is you walked up to someone and they rejected you? Who cares?
Who cares? Right?
Yeah. But that's my one like sort of traditional only thing is like, oh, come on, court me.
Yeah.
Buy me a drink.
Okay, so for the YouTube people, they are not able to see you or anything. She's very attractive, and she's saying it's hard for her to walk up to like just a really attractive guy and introduce herself. But I'm saying, what the fuck? So what is the worst thing that happened? So he says, I'm not interested. Oh, well, let's move on to the next one.
No, I genuinely want to know from because I know you've got a big YouTube following. Like, I want to know if the men that follow you actually, they like that. Do they like when a woman...
All right, you guys, give thumbs up right now if you like if a woman comes up to you and introduces herself. I'm going with 100% yes. They think it's a huge turn on, especially someone like you that's a super hot girl. I mean, what the fuck? What do you guys think? How many of you guys would love it if someone like Georgie walked up to you and just started talking to you? What was the worst thing? If you're in a relationship, you say, hey, you know what? I'm in a relationship. I love to talk to you some other time, but you know, this right now I'm like monogamous or whatever, you know, or you know, I'm on the phone. I can't talk right now, but I'll talk to you in a few minutes. The worst that can happen is you just say, oh, big deal. It's like going on if you're an actress and you go on an audition, you can't take it personally every time you don't get the part.
Exactly.
You know, you just say, hey, they were looking for a green-eyed person and I got blue eyes. So just, you know, whatever. You can't take anything personally. That's the 4 agreements. The 4 agreements, the second part of it is don't take anything personally.
No.
I know, I take everything personally.
And Peach Turnover 101 said, if I only look like you. Nonsense. I mean, you don't need to look like a model. You don't need to look like Georgie. Yeah. You just look like yourself. And people much rather have someone who's real, authentic, and personable than someone who is like just a supermodel. You know?
No, it's totally true. Like I've dated every end of the spectrum of life.
Yeah, exactly.
Young, old, every race. Like there isn't a type. It is an energy that you feel, and it is that confidence. Like someone that's like, hey, I don't know that. Maybe that's why I haven't asked a guy out. I do enjoy when someone has the confidence to just fucking like come over and like.
Okay, so that's it. You're just waiting because you want to see if they have the confidence to come up to you. So it's not really that you're scared to go up to them, but you want to see, will they come up to me? You're testing them.
I think, well, no, I don't even know if it's to do with that, but yeah, I have like a weird, like big traditional fucking British thing of, yeah, man comes to me.
Is that a British thing?
Well, yeah, it's definitely I guess, I don't know if it's British, but it's traditional.
Hey, Creep Show says it would never hurt to try. It's like life. You just have to take the plunge. I like that one. Take the plunge, peeps. Take the plunge.
We're gonna go to lunch, and I'm gonna fucking make out with a random man.
Yeah. Whoa, you're taking it to the next level. Georgie's going to lunch.
I'm just gonna walk up to some random man and be like, hey.
I think you should. I absolutely think. I want everybody to see you, Georgie. So I'm gonna turn the phone around, like show your face. Here. There she is. Can you guys see her? I hope you guys can see her. There you go. That's Georgie. Let's see Sergio. Where's my man Sergio? He's a hottie. And then where's Perry? We gotta see Perry. Where'd she go? Perry's here in the house. All right. You guys, thank you so much for joining us. Bye. Have fun. Love you. I'll see you, Georgie, on Wednesday.
Yeah, see you Wednesday night.
All right, then. That was Georgie, you guys. That was Georgie. I hope you guys liked that. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Okay, let's see. where were we? My lesson today is to become a porn star. Okay, good idea. Agree with that. Can't take it personally. Getting your head off of that helps a lot. I mean, if you guys don't know, Georgie happens to be like, she's a host at the Playboy channel. I mean, she has total confidence, sticks her boobs out and everything. And she likes it when a guy comes up to her or DMs her or whatever, because he wants to see their confidence level. So just take that note that it's not creepy to do that. Just walk up and try it and take the risk. Let's see. Poodle Susan, I think a woman can just send a DM introducing herself. The bar is much lower to write a witty DM for women than for men. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, women can definitely get away with a lot of stuff, right? They're both mega hotties. Yeah, those girls were hot, and all three of them. The guy too. Let's see. I call my cat Georgie. Once my wallet recovers from this date, I'll try to join your Patreon. Thank you, Matty. You can join for as little as $1 or $5. I mean, really, it's very cheap once a month to support the Patreon. Any of the creators that you follow on Patreon. As you know, if I bring up any subjects, the other day I was demonetized because I said how to flirt with a cougar. I mean, that is why I got all my money taken away on YouTube. And not that it was, when I say money, I mean, I may make at the most, like $10 a day on YouTube. No, I don't even think I make $10 a day. I think I make like $2 a day. So thank you for doing that. Thanks for all your content, Karen. You really make a difference. Thank you. Well, you guys, I've been on for almost an hour today. Woo! Hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up. If you have topics that you want to discuss, please let me know. There's my little doggy over here. If you want to see more of my dogs, check out my Instagram. If you want to find out what great sex is, check out my Instagram stories. And let's see, I uploaded a video today and mentioned you in it. Karen, give me a comment if you can. I will do that. Poodle Susan, if you guys want to check out Poodle Susan's YouTube, it's Poodle Susan at YouTube. So check her out. And Ari, remember, said, thank you. Remind everybody to give a thumbs up to this video if you're watching it later. I really appreciate the support that I get from you guys. If you guys like anything that I did today, please let me know and I will continue to do it. And that's about it. Let's see. It's where to meet a cougar on my channel. Okay, thank you, Poodle Susan. I will definitely 100% check it out. And thank you for shouting me out. I will shout out to any of you guys if you join Patreon. I will do a little Patreon dance to any song you want. It's patreon.com. I'm going to put it right here for Instagrammers to see, even though there's not that many left here. It's patreon.com. It is not a porn site, just so you know. A lot of guys come on there and they're expecting like porn pictures. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. But you will get some special exclusive content that you don't normally get. So that's nice to know, right? Confidence is what I'm working on myself. Peach, turnover, work on it. And don't even work on it. Don't say working on it, you guys. Just do it. Just get that confidence going here. Let's see if I can do that. Here's Patreon. I'm pinning it here. Yeah, I'm going to write it here, guys. Here, www.patreon.com /KarenLee. Patreon.com /KarenLee. Who's she going to do a live? Okay. Oh, thanks. Okay. So yeah, for those of you guys who didn't know, my live stream capabilities were taken away because of YouTube and their ridiculous prudishness. And I won that fight because they said because I showed the backside of, and I showed the back and the butt of a model when we were showing how to give a sensual massage. They demonetized. They took away, not demonetized. They took me they gave me a strike, took the video down. But I fought it and it's explained that it was an educational video, which it was, because I think it's super important to learn how to give someone a sensual massage. Don't you guys? I mean, isn't that important? Can we be friends? Of course we'll be friends. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna wait till it runs out. My Instagram is actually allowing me only to do live streaming for an hour, and I only have a minute left. So I'm going to see what happens. Yay. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, you guys. If you enjoyed it and you're watching it later on, please thumbs up. And that's it. If you don't have your notifications on, you won't know when I go live again. So turn them on. I got a minute left. I just want to see what happens. You like the pendant on my Buddha? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I just want to see what happens to Instagram if it cuts me off completely. Wish me luck, Matty. I wish you all luck. You don't need luck. You just need to be you. Massage is very important. It sure is. No, we're not going to put anybody else in the video. I have about 1 minute remaining. I just want to see what's going to happen. I'm such a experimental person. What if we take over the channel? I upload a video. Let's see. Okay. All right, you guys. So that's about it. I really enjoyed this conversation. I don't know if I'm going to put the whole thing up. So join me on Patreon. You'll make sure to get the whole thing there. And that's it. I love you. Bye-bye. 41 seconds left on Instagram right now. All right. Let's see what happens here.